changed into clean coins. But after opening the door, I found that the business was not very good at all. Most are here to buy incense candles. Not even a fortune teller. I only received less than 100 yuan in total in one morning. And I got very depressed. This is the year of the monkey and the month of the horse. Only then can the master's medical expenses be collected. Just as I was frowning, a black car suddenly stopped at the gate. My eyes lit up. This is not the other day. The man who told my master's fortune. The thought of this, and I sort of sighed. It turns out that the master has already calculated that he has a disaster, and it's inevitable. That's why he might not come back. Let me do the math for him on Monday. After the man enters the house, he asked politely, "Is Master Li not here?" I shook my head. I wasn't there. My master is hospitalized. Hearing this, the man was a little disappointed. Turn around and leave. Seeing this, I quickly stopped him. About you. My master has already explained. Today's hexagram. I'll do the math for you. The man looked at me suspiciously. You do the math. Then forget it. After saying that, he shook his head straight out. I didn't chase after it either. Just said something quietly. If the gentleman just walks out like this, aren't you afraid of sad murders? Hear this. The man suddenly stopped. Turned back, asked incredulously, "You really can tell fortunes?" Yi didn't answer. He gestured for him to do it first. Then I handed over a cup of tea. "Sir, what's your name?" "Free surname, Zhang. Single name and one hard character. I am 39 years old." In classical Chinese, I continued, "According to my master's rules, there are 4 types of fortune telling. Face 2, face calculation, and gas calculation. Which one do you want to count, sir?" The visitor hesitated for a moment. Then he opened his mouth and listened to his friend. "Your master's face is very accurate. Then you can give me a face too." And I nodded my head. And I started looking at his face. The difference from last time is, the mole between his eyebrows was already dark red. It means that he must be involved in a murder case these days. But look at the tip of his nose and the tail of his eyebrows. This means that as long as he does nothing, this disaster can be automatically resolved. It's not bad enough, it's bad that he's smart. He's been spending money everywhere these days to take care of it. It backfired. In addition, the corners of his mouth are slightly wide on both sides. Obviously not very good at that. And there should be some problems between husband and wife. See here. You basically understand. Sure, I learned it from my master. Put on an enigmatic pose. I slowly took a sip of tea. Just spoke lightly. "Mr. Zhang, stay at home after you go back. Nothing needs to be done. After 3 or 5 days, things will naturally pass. It's that simple. Nothing else." Zhang Hai was a little unbelievable when he heard that. Yes, it's that simple. And I nodded my head, continued to add that there are some dark things that need to be done, less. Otherwise, it will be troublesome to attract the attention of the villain. Things in the dark. Zhang Hai was a little surprised. "You mean I don't need to manage it myself?" "That's right, your face shows that the autumn frost has arrived. Spring breeze is not far. The murder you were implicated in had nothing to do with you. But you're in a hurry to go around. Naturally, it will attract the attention of some people. Sometimes doing nothing is the best way to solve the problem. Zhang Ha thought for a moment. Suddenly realized. Easy. No wonder I can't keep up with how much money I've been spending lately. And he said that. His expression had become respectful. Your attitude towards me is also a 180-degree turn. Masterly. Thank you so much this time. Little glass is no respect. Saying, he quickly took out a large red envelope from his pocket and handed it to me. I squeezed it with my hand. The thickness should be about 3,000 or 4,000. If you usually have so much money, I definitely dare not accept it, but now the master is lying in the hospital, waiting for the money. I don't care that much anymore. I said thank you and put it away. Then Zhang Hao got up to say goodbye and turned to leave. He hesitated. Still stopped him. Zhang Hao turned around in confusion, masterly. Is there anything else? And I thought for a moment. Speaking of Mr. Zhang, there may be changes in your marriage recently. Zhang Hao was stunned after hearing it. Ideal masters. It means I don't know how to speak for a while. You can't just say your wife is going to cheat, right? And I said, obliquely. The green hat in the house. Zhang Hao suddenly understood. A trace of anger flashed across his face. Thank you for your advice, masterly. And then he drove off. After he leaves, so I went inside and I counted the bills. No more no less. Exactly $3,000. It kind of solved my urgent need. Didn't expect. That's it. Gave me a lot of trouble. And that changed my life. That afternoon, a beautiful woman wearing sunglasses walked into the store. As soon as I came in, I sat down in front of me. He opened his mouth without hesitation. I want you to take a look at it for me. When will my husband die? What classical Chinese? I almost dropped my jaw. No one wants their husband to die. The woman looked at me in surprise with cold eyes. You heard that right? I just want to know when my husband will die. Start counting. As he spoke, he spread his palm in front of me. Although it's kind of weird to say that. But business is coming. I have no reason to refuse. So he took a closer look at the head of the other party. I saw the bulge at the base of his middle finger. And the lines are messy. In addition, he has 3 patterns that extend to the feint. This shows that he is very disloyal in marriage. Cheating with at least 3 men. As for his marriage line, there is a break in the middle. It looks like it was split open by a knife. And that made me look at the woman. Because it means she has only one marriage. And her husband is really going to die. How are you looking? The woman impatiently urged me. I coughed lightly and said that your husband will indeed die. But I can't be sure of the exact time. Unless he can come and show me in person. Master Wan, if the woman nods, she will die. There was no trace of sadness in his voice. I sighed in my heart. Meet this woman. Her man is really unlucky, too. Will I still get married? Woman, keep asking. No, you only get married once in your life. The woman was silent for a moment. Then he stared at me with a defensive smile. It's pretty accurate. Sure enough, what does it mean? Could it be that he knows me? But I remember it was the first time I met this woman. I couldn't help but ask a beautiful woman out of curiosity. Have we met? Never seen. But this morning you did some math for my husband, and reminded him that I had cuckolded him. Master won't forget so soon. Classical Chinese. My